As a believer in the concept of inception, as a believer in the idea that you can plant the seed of an idea that will grow into something more substantial over time, I do feel some responsibility to try and say something to you that you would carry forward and might help you in some way. So I thought back to the world of my graduation when Emma and I were sitting there 20-odd years ago. And I thought about what were the problems of the world, what were the terrible things we faced. Racism, income inequality, warfare. I could go on, but you know this list, and the reason you know it is it's exactly the same today. And what that made me think is, well, what have we been doing for the last 20 years? Because if I'm going to give you any advice, I have to sort of take a bit of a hard look about my generation, about what we have done. And the truth is, I think we've failed to address a lot of the fundamentals, possibly for a good reason. And that reason is, I think we went out into the world believing that if we could connect the world, if we could allow the free exchange of ideas across geographical boundaries, economic boundaries, if we could all talk, these problems would go away. And unfortunately, I think by now we have to acknowledge that we were wrong, that that's not the case. That communication is not everything. And so much of the resources, intellectual resources, financial resources of my generation have gone into communications infrastructure and achieved wonderful things, but perhaps not as wonderful as we claim them to be. I mean, barely a week goes by that I don't read some comparison between a new way of sharing videos or something that's compared to the invention of the printing press. And you only have to say that out loud to realize how silly that is. It speaks to the theme that I want to introduce, which is a respect for reality. I feel that over the last couple of decades, I feel that over time, we've started to view reality as the poor cousin to our dreams, in a sense. We've started to think of reality as this kind of grey pebble at the center of wonderful abstract thought that transcends it. And I want to make the case to you that our dreams, our virtual realities, these abstractions that we enjoy and we surround ourselves with, they are subsets of reality. Inception had something to say about this, and I apologize to those of you who haven't seen it because I'm about to spoil the ending of it for you. But at the end of the film, there's a spinning top that's spinning, and if it falls or doesn't fall is the key idea. Is it a dream? Is it reality? And the way the end of that film worked, Leonardo DiCaprio's character, Cobb, he was off with his kids. He was in his own subjective reality and didn't really care anymore. And that makes a statement that perhaps all levels of reality are equally valid. But the camera moves over to the spinning top, and just before the spinning top appears to be wobbling, there's a cut to black, and I skip out of the back of the theater before people catch me. The point is, objectively, it matters to the audience in absolute terms, even though what they're watching is a fiction, is its own virtual reality. But the question of whether that's a dream or whether it's real is the one I've been asked the most about any of the films I've made. It matters to people enormously, and that's the point about reality. Reality matters. It won't be transcended. We had a dream of being outside for this occasion. Reality intervened, and we're in here. We live in the real world. We deal in the real world. I don't want you to chase your dreams. I want you to chase your reality. And I want you to understand that you chase your reality not at the expense of your dreams, but as the foundation of your dreams.